I live in Mayat. I have not disturbed the balance. I stand firm in truth. I am yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Being self-sustaining off the power of the sun. As you look at the pyramid power, many say in ancient times that these actually are transmitters and receivers of a powerful viral energy that the human eye cannot see. But now we're in the age where we can feel these and actually monitor these invisible energies and understand that they're everything, but also sustain us in our life. So stay on the path, keep going stronger in the practices, applying the idea, and you too one day will be a self-sustaining energy, because this great power that we live in, we all have access to it. So enjoy the journey and have a nice day. Talk to you.
Urine is very powerful for like ritually speaking too. Urine is very powerful because it holds your frequency. It holds the truth. Your frequency. It holds the truth of who you are. And not to be gross or anything, but you know, like when an animal marks its territory, it will do that with urine. People who like to engage in, you know, certain like domination sex, like to pee on other people. It's energetically, it is a taking dominance over someone else's energy. So if you can think about how people will do that to others, think about how you can do that for yourself. And I'm not advocating, you know, drinking your own urine unless you get down with that. There's another, you know, like in real folk magic, if you have a dream and you eat something in that dream, you shouldn't eat shit in dreams. When you eat things in dreams, it sometimes is the way that other beings are controlling you through the astral, right? So you're not supposed to take things from other beings and eat in dreams. So if you wake up and you realize you ate or you drank something from someone else in a dream that they gave you, an old folk magic way of undoing that is to have a sip of your first morning's pee and to denounce it. Okay, because, and the reason for that, because you know me, I'm a Virgo ascendant. I like to know the reasoning behind these things. I don't just like to do things or be told to do things. The reasoning behind that my guide showed me is because it's all about taking back mastery over yourself. And like I said before, your urine carries your own unique code, and it's an accurate depiction and recording of what is happening in live time in your body, which is why it's such a powerful diagnostic tool.
Guys, but back to diet. Basically, let's look at the word diet. Die is in the word diet, so you're basically choosing the way you want to die. You're choosing the way you want to feed these parasites, and these parasites, they basically feed off everything: salt, flour, sugar, everything, you know. So what do? Well, guys, the first step is changing the structure of our intestines from a dense matter back to what nature intended our intestines to be. Our intestines need to be a water system, and we do this Our only primary objective is bringing our intestines back to its original state. Now, guys, this is like a trailer. This is like a bonus. I'm not going to teach you how to create this yet, but this is lost alchemy. This is forgotten alchemy that we practice, but I created this with my ancient methods that I inherited through my ancestors. But this is a elixir my body created that I can use to flush my intestines. But I'm not going to teach you how to create this yet. I'm going to suggest this. Guys, the water that your body uses, the only water that your body uses is distilled water. Your gastric juice, your intestinal juice, your heart, your blood, your brain juice, everything is distilled water. And there's kind of like corruption going on. They're telling you to drink water, but can you imagine a world where there is no safe water supply? Everything is poisoned. Guys, we are living in this world. Everything we eat is poison. Everything we drink is poison. So there really isn't no superior diet, but the only guidelines is what you need to do is to return your intestines back to its original state. If your intestines can get rid of food the way it's supposed to, no matter what you eat, before it can rot, your body should be able to get rid of it. That's your goal. So your goal is to bring your intestines into its healthy functioning. And the only way you can do this is by breaking down all these solids. And you do this with water. And I'm going to tell you the right water now. Okay guys, so in this segment of the video, I want to help you in choosing the best water possible for your body. We are water beings, and right now, because of the current state we're in, we really don't know what to do. And basically, I'm going to break down water. I'm going to tell you a lot of things you should know about water. So let's start with this. Now, if you're in the Matrix, this is basically a good source of water. I mean, any normal person will be like, this is an adequate source of water for our bodies. But let's explore water. Let's gain more awareness to what differentiates water. Basically, there are three things that you need to know about water. And there are three things that you need to have awareness on. One, water has a capacity to store life. Let's compare water coming from a stream in the valleys and compare that to the water that we use in our sewer pipes. Water has the ability to encase chi energy, and this varies in different degrees. Another thing you need to know about water and how it pertains to the body, the temperature of the water you drink has a great significance. In this matrix, it's kind of a mockery. They tell us to stay hydrated. They tell us to drink water, but most of the time, what temperature of liquids most people are drinking? They're drinking cold liquids. And guys, it's a mockery of your body. I'd like you to know, when you drink cold liquids, instead of you encouraging your stomach to operate, instead of you stimulating your stomach, cold drinks retard the stomach, and it basically slows down the functioning of your stomach. It's all about heat. It's all about the gastric heat right here. And when you put cold substances in your stomach, you're basically making a mockery of yourself. You're basically making a mockery of nature. And not only this, cold fluids lessen the activity of the heart. If I was to drink an ice cold beverage, most likely I might start shivering, or I might get a brain freeze, or I might feel cold. Cold drinks retard the natural functioning of the body. Now, and lastly, the last thing we need to be aware of about liquids is the material of the liquids, the ingredients. Is there salt? Is there sugar? Is there preservatives? All these things need to be considered, because remember, everything we put in our bodies has the potential to feed these parasites. And finally, the last thing we need to consider when drinking water, we need to consider whether does it have a negative energetic charge or does it have a positive energetic charge. And what I mean by that is anything that has a positive charge, when it enters the body, your body can't get rid of it. Basically, anything with a positive charge, it has a foreign frequency your body can't really comprehend. What you want is things that have a negative charge, things that once you get it in your body, it will be able to assist your body in its natural functioning. So, those are the 4 things that you need to consider. How much life force is present in the water, the temperature of the water, the chemical makeup of your water, and lastly, the energetic charge. So you can stop it. Now, let's tackle the life force capacity of water. Water can store life force. There are 2 things that determine how much life force is present in the fluid that you're about to drink. One, how much movement was present in the water, and secondly, the temperature of the water. A lot of people don't realize, but the way that they produce water like this in the industries, they basically boil the water down. They boil the water. They say that this is the way that they sterilize the water and make it healthy for drinking. I would like you to know this, because a lot of people don't know this. Anytime you boil water, you're basically removing all of the life force energy that the water might have carried. If you boil your water, you're taking everything out. And this is why after you boil water, it tastes flat. You know what I'm saying? It tastes flat. That's because the life force energy is gone. A good way of bringing life force energy back into the water is to do the method I taught you in my past video about putting life energy in your drinks. Just swish it through the air. But here's the thing, guys. Most of the time, people are cooking food. When you look at the temperature of the food, it's way above boiling point, and you're basically draining all of the life force out the food. And when you think about it, all the foods that we eat, there is no way you can put life force back in the water. There's no way you can put water back. There's no way you can put life back in these foods. So a lot of times when we drink water like this, people don't take the time out to re-energize it. And not only that, we're basically drinking water with life force that has been drained out. Another thing you need to know about is everything that you can buy outside, everything in the market, everything in the supermarkets, all those things didn't come from nature. It didn't come from your body. So it has a positive charge. If I was to drink this bottle of water, it's colder than my body temperature. My body temperature is probably at 98 degrees, 100 degrees, 110 degrees. Who knows, right? But right now, this bottle of water isn't warm, it isn't hot, it's actually cold. And if I was to drink this, it wouldn't really help my body do anything. We're already aware of the situation going on in the intestines. We're already aware of the situation going on in the colon. And this does not help whatsoever. We're trying to hydrate ourselves, but our bodies can't use water such as this. And lastly, we need to remember of the chemical composition of the water. Most of the time, the liquids that we drink don't really give our bodies the right ingredients it can use to flush itself and so forth. So, what water do we drink? How can we solve this problem going on in our intestines? How do we bring our intestines back to the state it's supposed to be? And this is how you do it, guys. We need to drink as much hot water as possible. Hot water, or water that is hot, is the only type of water that can activate our stomachs. Hot water is the only type of water that can break down all of the mucus that is formed here. Hot water is the only water that invigorates your stomach and allow it to do its job. It breaks down all of those solids. Think about it, guys. If you had a pipe that was clogged and you're trying to get rid of all this filth, if you spray it with a water hose, I mean, it will help you clean it up. But imagine if that water was hot. You'll be able to break down everything at a faster pace. That's the key, guys. We need to drink more hot water. And water like this won't really help you. To be honest, you need to drink water that has a negative charge. Distilled water. You can get distilled water from fruits because it came from nature. You can get distilled water from the sky, the rain, and also you can get distilled water from your body. Everything, all the water that your body produces is in a distilled faction, and distilled water is the best water. So now we know we need to drink more hot water to break down this. We need to drink water that has a negative charge, and we need to drink water that has, and lastly, we need to drink water that has life energy. Okay, guys, so this video is a no-holds-barred video. I'm just talking about things. My goal is just to bring awareness to a lot of issues. So now we know what's going on. It's about water and the quality of water that we're putting in our bodies. Guys, right now, the same way our bodies are pushed into a corner, it's the same way right now you're pushed into a tragic position. In this planet, in this society, in this world, everything you consume is poison. Every single thing you consume is toxic. Right now, you're pushed into a corner, and your only alternative is to rely on nature. Your only alternative is to rely on yourself. Right here. Now, guys, this suggestion I'm about to give to y'all might sound extreme. It might sound crazy. It might sound barbaric. But we need to understand, right now, present in our bodies, we have falsehood. We have aliens that are trying to keep us in a false existence. We have aliens that are trying to keep our consciousness away from the truth, and they just want you to live in illusions your whole life. Okay? So this information might sound extreme, but it is what it is, guys. Right now, everybody's pushed into a corner where the only water they can use to begin to get this problem solved is their own water. Guys, I suggest that we start to drink our urine. As much urine as possible. Urine is that body temperature, so just by you ingesting it, it's already at the perfect temperature where your stomach can function, where your stomach can get activated, where it can help break down whatever is going on. Secondly, this carries more life force than anything in the market. Come on, man. A Coke stays in a bottle for years. Orange juice stays in a plastic container. All these water bottles are just still in a plastic container. There's no movement. But there's so much movement going on in your body, so much chemical reactions. Urine is very charged with life. It has the most life force energy everywhere. It's basically your blood. Okay, can you imagine how much life you will get from drinking blood? Guys, that's what urine is. Thirdly, it has a negative charge. Believe it or not, a lot of people feel as though urine is a waste. There's people around, that's why I'm talking quietly. A lot of people feel as though urine is a waste, but urine is actually the natural response your body does to fix this problem here. Okay? Your body will never produce urine unless it has to do with this problem. And right now, because you eat, your body has to produce urine so that you can use that to hydrate yourself. But because of the matrix, because of this alien consciousness, they have programmed everybody to believe that it's a waste. But honestly, it is your only reliable water source at this point. So, the materials in your urine have the essential hormones and the essential enzymes that power up your intestines. If I drink a Sprite, it doesn't have what my body needs to move around my intestines. It doesn't have what my body needs to function. If I was to drink orange juice, there's nothing in orange juice that pertains to my body. Urine has the chemicals needed for my intestines to begin to flush themselves. I'm not going to speak about this, you know what I'm saying? I leave it upon you to Google about this. It's called urine therapy. It's also called Shivambu in yoga. But basically, guys, in a nutshell, if your ancestors was here right now, if your great ancestors, your lineage, your family, if they was here and they saw you in the state you're in, what they would tell you is what I'm telling you now. My child, my son, my daughter, drink your water. At this point, it is the only water that you can trust. And a lot of people tell me, oh, it's a waste, it's dirty. I'll tell you what, if it's a waste, as you drink it, it should be becoming dirtier and dirtier. Guys, it's the complete opposite. As you drink your urine, over time, it will become the cleanest, purest water that you can have access to. Now, real quick, guys, because the video is about to cut, I'll let you know something. A lot of people think because I'm a vegan, because I've been a fruitarian, I have nothing to worry about. I'm free. That's not true, guys. We need to understand we are born into this matrix. Do you think being a fruitarian for a year or 5 years will be enough to solve all the problems we did to ourselves? We need to remember we have decades of problems we need to get rid of. This is started from childhood. A lot of people are just now becoming vegans and they're like 25 or 28, while there's 28 years of filth still stored in our bodies. Guys, it's not the diet. The source of the problem is water. And right now, we're in the corner become the cleanest, purest water that you can have access to. Now, real quick, guys, because the video is about to cut, I'll let you know something. A lot of people think because I'm a vegan, because I've been a fruitarian, I have nothing to worry about. I'm free. That's not true, guys. We need to understand we are born into this matrix. Do you think being a fruitarian for a year or 5 years will be enough to solve all the problems we did to ourselves? We need to remember we have decades of problems we need to get rid of. This is started from childhood. A lot of people are just now becoming vegans and they're like 25 or 28, while there's 28 years of filth still stored in our bodies. Guys, it's not the diet. The source of the problem is water. And right now, we're in the corner where the only water we can drink is the water coming out of us. Okay, guys, so some more things I would like you to know about your waters coming out of you. Now, it's scientifically proven that urine is a sterile liquid. If you was to piss on something, basically, if you was to observe it on a microscopic level, urine has the ability to kill all bacteria, to kill all viruses, to kill all things that could cause a deadly threat. The same way you clean things outside yourself. I mean, if this thing is contaminated with germs, all I would have to do is to sterilize it, is to kill all the microorganisms that are present on that surface. Guys, it's exactly the same thing going on in our bodies. We have parasites, we have bacteria, we have all types of things living in us. And what we have to do is, we have to clean this stuff out. Urine is the only thing we can use to kill all this foreign stuff in our bodies. Prescription drugs is not going to do it. Aloe vera is not going to do it. Coconut water is not going to do it. Herbs is not going to do it. Fruit juice is not going to do it. What we need is a sterile fluid that is healthy for the body, that can continue to be recycled throughout the system so that all these living organisms can be removed. You can't drink sodium, you can't drink peroxide or all these artificial chemicals. They're too harsh, they're too artificial. What you need is the natural sterilized liquid that you can use to clean yourself, and that's your urine. Now, guys, you know what I'm saying, seeing is believing. So anybody that was suffering from all those diseases, I give you a challenge. Drink as much as your water as you can drink, and see what 1 month can do for you, because 1 month of doing this should be enough to obliterate a lot of the problems going on here. Guys, what we want to do is to break this down so that it becomes a liquid system again. Right now, people are just carrying a lot of mass, carrying a lot of filth, and they think they're humans, but no, we're not humans anymore when our intestines are so packed with filth. Our organs are just squeezed into unnatural positions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the filth and the parasites and the aliens and all the nonsense that is stored here takes up so much space. Your organs don't even have enough space to operate. Can you imagine your heart being so entrapped it can't move properly? Can you imagine your liver so trapped it can't do its job? Guys, that's what happens when you allow this to happen. You see it everywhere. People are just carrying ignorance with them. People are just carrying disease. Now, guys, I said it sounds like a crazy thing to do. It sounds like the last resort, but guys, we're pushed in this corner, and now that's the only thing we can use to deal with this problem. We need to use our own waters. We have been tricked. We have been lied to. There is nothing filthy about the human body. There is nothing dirty about the human body. Everything is divine. Trust in yourself. Trust in your water and trust in your ancestors. There is a force. There is a battle between good and evil. There is a battle between truth and falsehood. These parasites will want you to react negative to this information I'm telling you right now. They want you to say, fuck what this dude is saying. Fuck Master of Earth. He's crazy. I'm gonna find another way. I'm gonna take a lemon juice fast. I'm gonna fast on water. I'm gonna clean myself out. Guys, none of that will help you. None of that will work. You will be shocked how able these toxins can stay in our bodies. They can stay in our bodies for decades. And right now, this is your only choice for your life. This is your only choice for your health. Like I said before, you want to drink something with a negative charge. All the filth that's in your brain, you need to drink the right fluids so that you can detox your brain. When you drink negative drinks, when you drink drinks with a negative charge, just like magnets, what happens? The positive charge is always attracted to the negative charge. If there's an abundance of negative fluids in my body, all the things that have a positive charge, all the filth, all the toxins, all the parasites, all that stuff will be attracted to the negative fluids, and it can then be dispersed out the body. But if you don't have this negative charge, if all you have in your body is things that have a positive charge, there will be nothing that has enough magnetism to take it out. It will just stay inside you. And last but not least, guys, if you see a worm, if you see a earthworm, if you see a snail, if you see a parasite, what happens when you put salt on that parasite? It shrivels up, it dies. Guys, there is a force inside of you trying to prevent you from going with this. There is a force inside of you that's trying to prevent you from using this practical knowledge, because they know once you start to drink the right water, all their colonies, all their civilizations, all their creations that are against you will die. So guys, if you're suffering from arthritis, heartburn, indigestion, constipation, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, leukemia, dyspepsia, all these diseases, everything springs from who you are. Become who you are. You are light. You are the most. You are light. You're not filth and dense matter. You are God. You are light. You are divinity. So thank you once again for watching, guys. Guys, to be honest with you, I have just started with videos. It's like, you know, I don't want to scare off my new subscribers, but this is just the beginning. There's going to be other things that needs to be addressed. Okay, guys? So it's definitely a war going on. There are people you might think are humans, but no, they are completely hijacked by aliens. And right now, it's basically a war between truth and falsehood. Gravitate to the truth. Seek the truth and free yourself from illusions. Thank you for watching, guys. If you're experiencing any disease, it's the water that is the source of your disease. Dehydration is the root cause of most diseases out right now. All you need to do is hydrate yourself. All you need to do is drink water. Stay hydrated, guys. I love you. Thank you for watching.